it's a special, short, snappy interview with Cyrus, who I came across from an ADHD meditation course, which I kid you not has changed my life on a day-to-day basis. Yeah, Cyrus, tell me what's inspired you? What inspired you for this course that you ran?
Yeah, I struggled with severe ADHD my whole life, and meditation was the one thing that allowed me to create a feeling of mastery and empowerment with what I struggle with. So I just wanted to pass along those tools that took me so long to learn to other people that would benefit from them.
Yeah, it's amazing. What's your favorite tool? What's your favorite meditation tool?
I think from the course, it's this idea of gamifying your focus. So turning your focus into a little game with ADHD and using multiple focus points. I think traditional meditation can be something like focus on your breath. It's one focus point. Whereas the idea of gamifying your focus is, and somebody could try this right now if they're listening, you could focus on the tip of your nose and on the tip of your toes at the same time.
Should we do that? Should we do that? So, would you
Sure,
mind just
yeah.
doing a mini
Well,
meditation for
I,
us?
I
Or
think it's literally what I just said,
yeah,
which is
okay.
imagine you have a spotlight of attention and you could
Mm,
bring it to the tip of the nose
yeah.
and feel that. You don't have to think about it, and you could feel the tips of your big toes at the same time. And that's the beauty of it. You don't have to think about it. That'll just get in the way. Just use your instinctive spotlight of attention to feel the tip of your nose and the tip of your toes. And if you want to get fancy with it, you could even bring in your kneecaps and try to feel the tip of your nose, the tip of your toes, and your kneecaps all at the same time. And in that way, you're activating multiple focus points. You're bringing in a little bit more stimulation, which can sometimes be helpful depending on the person, if you have a neurodiverse brain. And so, just by balancing those things and activating and gamifying, switching those focus points around, it can be a lot more engaging and stimulating in a way that gets you in a flow.
Oh, fantastic. I love that. I love that. One of the ones in the course, I think it was like focus on your pinky fingers and your left elbow and your right
Hmm.
knee. Like you played with it a lot. It was like,
Yeah, yeah,
okay. Liked it. I
yeah.
liked the way you played around with it. One of my favorite tools, which I keep bringing everyone else to, is it the 4-7-8 or 4-6-8 breath?
Four, seven, eight. Yeah,
Four, seven,
Andrew
eight.
Weil is this guy who kind of coined this breathing rhythm, and you inhale 4 seconds, hold for 7 seconds, and exhale eight. And if you do that maybe 4 or 5 times in a row, you'll almost certainly notice a calming shift in the mind and body.
For me, I've been using it anytime I get stuck in my head.
Hmm.
I use it now when I'm washing the dishes.
Nice.
I use it when I'm going to bed. I use it when I'm feeling nervous before presenting. So just before we came on, I did a four
Perfect.
seven quick one
Yep.
time. When I'm going to bed, four times I'm out.
Done.
So really, really interesting how often I brought that in. I put that in my course. Those that are on my sessions this week know that I've been using it in my sessions
Yeah.
this week as well.
Love it.
So it's been really beautiful to bring that in. And I've been telling people that whenever you feel frustration, drop into that breath and then
Mm.
to stop their reaction. So you don't have your immediate reaction, 4-7-8, then speak and see what
Yep.
comes out.
Beauty. Frustration, anxiety, any of those intense emotions, that breath is gold for just settling things quickly.
Intense emotions. How's it helped like relationships? How's it helped your like with people, like interaction with people, this breath?
The four, seven,
Your
eight
breath.
breath or the
Any
meditation?
all your tool, any of your tools, any
Oh,
of your
I would
tools.
say the biggest thing is listening. Like I know we're kind of in a quick interview rhythm right now, but if you're working at like a slower conversational pace, especially if you have ADHD or various kinds of neurodiversity, there can be a lot of interactivity and it can be hard to fully listen. And so the idea of just using mindfulness, using daily meditation to slow down your internal rhythm creates more of a blank slate effect where you can really receive what the other person's saying as opposed to just listening to reply, which is a lot the mode a lot of us find ourselves stuck in. You can listen to understand, and there's a more of a slow internal rhythm that almost necessarily accompanies that. And that can be frustrating because especially for people who have that quick internal rhythm, perhaps like us, it feels impossible to attain, but these are the tools to create that. And I think one other thing I could say about that is people who have that quick internal rhythm, they can feel identified with that and say to myself, well, I don't want to slow down because that's not me. That doesn't feel like me. But what I would say to that is realistically, you actually have both within you. You have an inner stillness and an inner slowness, and you have that inner quickness. It's just about developing the capacity to shift gears and to go back and forth at will. And meditation can, and these tools can create that ability and that capacity.
I love that the flex between the fast action and the stillness. I've got like one last question, if I may, which is
Sure.
if I find that people who have that sort of quick action find it very difficult to they might have tried meditation and stopped. And
hmm
doesn't matter how much I might tell them there's no bad meditation. How would you advise? How would you? We haven't for anyone watching. Cyrus didn't know what questions I was going to ask him, so he's doing this on the fly, just so you know. So how would you recommend they restart? Like restart? How could they start? Just restart, just meditation if they've had bad experiences or just felt it quite difficult. What would you recommend?
I would say think of meditation as a very general term. It's like saying sports. You know, you could play
Mm.
lacrosse, you could play water polo, you could like they're vastly different sports. And same with meditation. You could do a loving kindness meditation, you could do a concentration meditation, you could do a sleep meditation. If you had difficult experiences with meditation, it's like how they say finding a therapist. You know, you want to date around until you find the right connection with a therapist. Not all therapy is going to be the same. There's radically different modalities and connections and energies and compatibilities. And so it's the same thing with meditation. So if you go to my YouTube, The Mental Level on YouTube, there's a playlist called ADHD Friendly Meditations under the playlist tab. And I've compiled a ton of meditations that are good for people with ADHD. Other people with various forms of neurodiversity might find them helpful as well. But if you don't like something, try something else, whether it's on my page or another meditation teacher's page, until you find the one that works for you. And the last thing I'd say on that is lower the bar so that you're not making the goal to have a silent, still mind, like, oh, I need to stop my thoughts and my mind's racing, therefore I'm failing. Instead, say, especially if you have a really fast and active mind, say maybe the goal is just creating a little space and separation from that where I can witness that happening instead of being absorbed in the flow of that. And then that ability to step back and have space will carry into your life. So it doesn't mean you'll suddenly like have a totally still mind in your life. You'll just have the ability to have space from that instead of being wrapped up in its momentum all the time.
Beautiful. So keep trying different types and lower your expectation when you're trying it. Have a bit of fun, I guess, with it all. Just
Yeah.
play and just have a bit of fun with it all. Beautiful. How so I'll put it in the show notes. What how can people find you? Where is the course? And because we're doing anything else as well. How can
Yeah,
people
yeah,
find
for
you? Where's the
sure.
course? And yeah.
For sure. You can find the course on Insight Timer under the mental level. If the Insight Timer is an app, it's a free meditation app, but you have to have the premium version to get access to the course. If you just want to buy the course on its own for cheaper, you can find it under my link tree, which is you can find in my link in bio on Instagram or TikTok. So I'm at the mental level on both of those platforms. You can find the course underneath that link. And you can find me on those platforms. You can find me on YouTube, Insight Timer, and that's basically it.
Beautiful. Thanks, Cyrus. Should we end with a breath? Should we end with a
Would
breath? Should
love
we do a
that.
four,
Yeah,
seven,
sure.
eight? Would you
Please,
like
yeah.
to? Oh,
No,
we're
you
on.
lead it. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
You're the
Okay.
master.
Okay. Thank you. Well, I
Yeah,
like to have my hand on my heart because I'm heart centered and my belly, but we'll do the 4, 7, 8. So I won't do the breath, but I'll count you in, Cyrus. So
sure.
in for 4, 2, 3, 4, hold for 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like a straw for 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And one more in for 4, 2, 3, 4, hold for 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and slowly release for 8. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Well done.
Wow.
Thank you for that. I appreciate
Thank
being
you.
guided. That was really
Yeah,
nice.
same. That's why I loved your course. I want to share that
Yeah.
with the world. All right. Take care.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cyrus.
Thanks.